Rosette, Julie Namuhanga, report from table 1 now. Rosette, Julie Namuhanga, table 1 now.
Rosette, wangu lonzijemu sina budde. Dan, oyagala ki? Okaluba wekalubya. Ekyo ekisajja kireese biki? Aleese biki oyo? Naye oleese biki ebyo? Kambirabe. Ukapulapapula. Kale.
Let's have on table number 2, Ezekiel Chinyanga playing Kassim Serbia. And on table 3, let's have Dauda Miti playing Kevin Kato. Semi-finals in the Masters. Semi-finals in the ladies, Chiramo Rosette, Julie Namuhanga, table 1. And on the center table, the game has already started. Reset the time. Umpires, please. Umpire for table 1, table 2, table 3. Roger, reset the clock. Masters, you are needed on the tables, please. Come and let the balls roll. Umpires, start the game.
A pair of sisters who came from a family that loves the sport, that they learned, that they came to cherish, that they used to come and conquer the country, the region, and the continent. Mutesi, Rashida, and Rukia Naiga are unofficially the best two players in ladies category in the country, and with very huge respect to Anka Sheila, the official seed number 1. These two are the ones that did change Ugandan pool in the ladies category, having come in between the dominance of the likes of Rita and Vicky and Angela, as well as Anka Sheila, starting to give them tough competition, most likely firstly by Rukia, then came Rashida, and then those two did exchange positions number 1 and 2 for the last 7 years besides this ongoing year, because in the year 2019 up to 2023 Rashida was seed number 1, then 2024 Rukia was seed number 1, until both of them lost the number 1 ranking position to Anka Sheila, the national champion today. They, however, give her very tight competition, and most of the time matches involving her and any of these two end in victory for any of these two. They also face off the most number of times in finals, either of the Plus Station of Uganda or otherwise. Unfortunately, the ranking system and playing format by the handbook for them didn't come favorable at all, because at best, seeded player number 1 faces seeded player number 4 in the semi-finals, while seeded players number 2 and 3 do face off against each other. Now, having defeated their opponents throughout the course of this competition, they have to face off. One of them will be making the final, the other will be playing a third place match between the loser of the match that is happening semi-final number 2 between Rosette Chirabo, surprise package of the tournament, and Juliet Namuhanga, who is making a semi-final of the tournament of the Plus Station of Uganda for the second time in 3 attempts, the first one being the National Open Championship that happened on the 30th of November last year. frame number 1 is ongoing to present it to you in audio. My name is Simon Peter Chowe. Rukia nil and Rashida nil. Rest to 5 in 55 minutes. It's as if the younger of the two sisters could be taking a lead here. Probably that is a sign of the pressure that exists when these two players face off against each other. In my opinion, they are two of the best black ball players in the world, and I'm speaking that with all due respect to all the black ball players that happen. But for someone who watches the internet as often as myself watching pool, some of the things these girls do on table are simply unprecedented. Only that financial issues sometimes stop Uganda from participating in the World Championships. But when I'm to factor in the 2023 World Championships that happened in Tangier, Morocco, won by South Africa's Beatrice Monyake, when she faced off with either of the two in the at the Grand Monte Casino Hotel in Johannesburg last year, in 2023, later in the year at the Holy Cup, there was only to the playing levels of both of the players chance for Rukia to win it. I believe she'll be playing it, potting the with too much skill. Has to bounce it off the cushion. Lovely shooting skills from Rukia. She calls herself the real shooter for a nickname, and she is really shooting real. Well, her younger sister Rashida Mutesi nicknames herself the best, and she recently, like I said before, posted on her socials a statement that I really love because I watched it at night and I kept laughing just by myself. She posted that then they normally say that may the best win, and they forget that my name is the best. Meanwhile, Rukia was the first to come up and identify herself as a formidable player in the year 2016. When she was player with Samona Pool Club, but most of the time an unused substitute until the end of the year. Tournament organized by the Pool Association of Uganda at Lumas Pub in Kampala. She surprised everybody, including herself, when she won that competition. I do remember a victory over Aisha Madondo in the final. It then took her a while to win any other tournament. Only at the age of 15 when she won her first comp of the Pool Association of Uganda, and up to present date, she is the youngest female ever to win a PAU tournament. In 2017, she came close to winning a few comps, but not winning any of them. 2018 was dominance of Rita Nimsima and Rashida Mutesi. In fact, after losing out the National Open Championship final in 2018, Rashida won the 9 next tournaments all in a row of the Pool Association of Uganda, and she's the only person ever to do that. Rukia won her next event, which was the next big one, the car competition in 2023, with victory over the opponent she's playing against right now in the final. I do remember the rules were a little bit similar to the ones that we are having today, but it was speed pool penalties in case of elapse of time with the scores level. That's what happened, and Rukia won the car 1 second less in terms of the amount of time in which she finished her own game compared to her younger sister Rashida. And Rukia followed up that event with victory in the end of year championship at the end of 2023, an event she defended successfully, winning the end of year championship also in 2024. Those are the 4 tournaments of the Pole Association of Uganda that she has won up to present date. She has 2 other big ones outside the country. Rukia, the East and Southern Africa Pole Championships tournament that she won in Lusaka, Zambia 2022. Add that to the All Africa Pole Championships, first and only Ugandan female ever to become African champion in the singles category when she defeated again Rashida in the final at the OIDC in Zambia. And in the meantime, Rashida pronounced herself as a formidable player in 2018, when then she had been signed up by CKI Pole Club to join her sister Rukia in the team. And the similarity is that she too was normally an unused substitute because CKI Pole Club had more formidable players compared to her. I remember Rita Nemosima, Angela Businja, and Victoria Namuyanja in a team of 3, where the usual starters. Actually, it was a team of 4 alongside Rukia, Naiga, and normally Rashida was the substitute player. But she had a lot of talent to the effect that she qualified for the National Open Grand Finale and played the tournament up to the final. I remember it was race to 6 against Rita Nemosima. Rashida led by 4 frames to nil. Rita went for timeout, refreshed, and then come and change the entire game plan, playing slow and tactical and safe, and winning the next 5 frames all in a row, winning that final by 6 frames to 4 to drive the car away. It makes Rashida the player that lost the first 2 National Grand Championship finals to Rita and Rukia, respectively. However, she won the next 9 tournaments of the Pole Association of Uganda all in a row. 2018 Kampala Open, 2019 Grand Open, 3 consecutive Pool Queen Championships, and then defending the Grand Open successfully. Also winning the end of year comp against Rukia in 2023, becoming the first woman ever, and I'm saying woman, she's still a girl, to win 9 consecutive tournaments of the Pole Association of Uganda. The world be 10th was the National Open Grand Final, which she lost to Rukia as she equalizes. Rashida has won 1 major tournament outside Ugandan soil. That was the Grand Mchana Open Championship at Mchana Pub and Grill, Nairobi, Kenya in December 2024. Her victim whom she defeated in the final was Rukia. That is quite interesting. They faced off already in 2 finals this year. The Dice Lounge Cream de la Cream annual competition. Rukia was defeated by Rashida in the final, racing 2-7. It ended 7-3. Then the Temaseo Grand Open Championship. Rukia defeated Rashida in that final. So they faced off in 2 finals this year, each one of them winning 1 apiece. 3rd time this year that they are meeting. Whoever will be winning this one, your guess is as good as mine. But when they are facing off, normally the continent does tune in to watch World Class Pool Ladies category. The scores have always been 1-1, just that the scoreboard flipper is on lots of beer. Mr. Rogers. And the other semi-final, it is 1-0, Julie leading against Rosette. Where we are, 1-1 between the two sisters. And by the way, Rashida did tell me that they too have a brother who is quite talented, but he doesn't want to play competitively. They say they've trained him and he's quite good, and there's no reason why I should doubt what she says. And when she says someone is good, that person really has to be good. These two, by the way, normally participate in tournaments organized for men. Sometimes they are head started with +1 because of gender. Sometimes they are not. And believe you me, Rashida has won one tournament in which she was the only participant alongside 47 men. Tournament that was organized on the 1st of December last year. I do remember she beat Caesar Chandiga after being head started with +2 in a race to 7 in the final. Rukia has reached 2 semi-finals of such comps, losing both of them. I remember one of them to Kenneth Odong, another to Computer. Many times she reaches the quarterfinals and things like that. And apart from that one victory for Rashida, she has also reached 3 other finals, losing out to Mansour. I also remember losing out to Habib in the final, as well as Mansour again. Simon Alfred, you are saying you are seeing the juniors champion Herbert Mukisa in the crowd, eh? Yes, he's around, but this time around he's not winning the junior championship. He was already beaten, and I think Jackson Asiko has already qualified for the final of the juniors. One of the guys that Herbert won in the last edition of the juniors. By the way, the juniors pool is also kind of top notch. Eh? They are top quality junior players, especially the top ones. The Jackson Asikos, the Yahya Mpindis, the Herbert Mukisas of this world. They can take down any of the men as long as it is on their day. Rashida Mutesi will be attempting to win a second for herself. She's contemplating if black is portable to the center pocket. And according to how little the time she took to have her look, I think the black is there for the taking. White ball is played quite beautifully. The crowd seem to be watching and enjoying this match, but not showing any support for either of them. After all, it is a family affair in which the younger of the sisters is winning the second frame out of 3. Rashida 2 and Rukia 1. 40 minutes to go. Yes, Stephen Keys, you are reminding me that Rashida beat Kasozi in one of those weekly tournaments in the finals. It was a tournament at Vibes Lounge in Entebbe. It was won by Ian Kazwesh. He beat Rashida in the final, which was a race to 7. It is Rashida who beat Kasozi in the semi-finals.
Good news about the games ongoing right now, that if you got through, you are already 800,000 shillings richer. When you go out in as going town, for masters, I told you now, I'm going to go out in town. So, if you are going to go get up, or for poison. We're going to have the finals of the juniors next.
Believe you me,
so juniors are
the amount of tension that exists on the table has gotten to the nerves of these players.
As well.
That every time one of them beats another in a tournament this big, the beaten player does not take things lightly. They can even take a week also without speaking to each other. Yes, it does happen like that some of the times, and some of the times it is their club and national team captain who comes in to talk them up, to be reminded that blood is thicker than water, that they need to be reminded that much as one of them beat the other in a tournament, they remain sisters. Sometimes it is their own dad. Who, by the way, only showed up in front of the pool fraternity when Rukia beat Rashida in the final of the car competition in 2023. You see how out of sorts Rukia can be when she misses a ball against Rashida. She does not want to lose to her sister. Normally, Rashida likes to play that attack-minded game. In my opinion, she could easily be the best attacking female player on the African continent today. The player that I've watched on the continent that can match her, potting-wise, was the great South African Nicola Rosso. Others are Rukia herself, and there are lots of good attacking players, most especially in South Africa and here in Kampala. For Rukia, she is a very composed and solid, mind-blowing player, quite complete in all aspects of the game, thinks out shots. When she decides to attack, she normally likes to attack when she's sure she's finishing, and is more difficult to beat than Rashida. And when the two sisters formed a doubles pairing in the Holy Cup Championships in South Africa in 2023, they outclassed each and everybody when they played in the doubles, where it is a pair of players playing against another pair of players. I do remember that at some point, even players from South Africa were gathering around the table when these two were playing for each other, just to learn a thing or two about them. That's why I called them up to the present day world-class players. Not just them. Lots of other Ugandan females are in the world-class category. How I wish they get a chance to participate in the World Championships this year. I understand they are happening in the United Kingdom, somewhere. It could be in Birmingham also, or Manchester. The Anka Sheilas